Hi, beautiful Cancer. Welcome to a new era. My name's Emma, I think it is. um, if you've been waiting for this, maybe depending when you listen to this, obviously, if you come in July and listen to this, you have maybe not waited for it. But if you've been waiting because you know you're the sign after Gemini, I do apologize that it has taken some time between full moons and new moons and eclipses and kids and my own sanity. It has taken some time to get back here, and I do apologize for that. So Cancer, we're going to do a reading for you for the upcoming June, July, and August of 2023. And we're going to see what each month is bringing for you. And just get an overall look at how this summer or the winter, depending where you live in the world, is looking for you due to all these changes going on. I feel like they're a little bit crazy at the time. And I also do want to say that I still, depending on when you listen to this, I'm still offering personal readings. So if you're interested in a personal reading, I do not know for how much longer I am offering them. So if you listen in towards late August and you hear me say this and there's nothing about it in the description box, I probably have ended doing them. So I do apologize for that if that's the case and if you wanted one. But for right now, I'm still offering personal readings. So if you're interested in one, please send me a message and we'll take it from there. Okay, Cancer. We're starting with a card for June here. Cancer for June. Starting to feel movement, so soon we'll have a card. I'm just waiting for it to jump out. There you go. It's poised. I love the energy in this one. Poised for the month of June. We're doing July. The month of July for Cancer, please. Wow. Between Worlds. Number 3. Between Worlds. And the month of August. The month of August for Cancer, please. Month of August. What is going on there? Orphan number 5. So that's a little bit of a challenge, it looks like. Okay, starting with June, poised. This is all about reaching. Just look at that little, she almost looks like a fairy. This is someone that's really reaching for the stars, reaching higher, reaching their full potential. For someone to reach their full potential, that's such a big statement because they're I don't really know if there's any person on this planet as we speak that are in their full potential. I mean, there's just so much to us that we haven't even scraped the surface yet. But this is definitely someone who is getting closer and closer to figure themselves out. And because you're getting, and I'm speaking of you, obviously, Cancer, and the month of June, there's something here that it brings opportunities, or there's an allowing, and obviously it's not an allowing in that sense that someone's allowing you. You're always allowing yourself or depriving yourself or whatever it is moving forward on your path. But this is a month where you're opening doors. There's opportunities here to really reach for the stars. There's opportunities here to more step into your full potential, if that makes sense. So that's a really, really good foundation for the month of June. We also have 48, the number 4 and 8. So 4 is all about the heart, the foundation, the core. And 8 is all about the opportunities, in the infinity sign, endless opportunities, as above, so below, bringing in what it is that you're seeking. And coming together there, we have a number 12, which is the masculine energy, which is all about whatever the feminine fantasy, idea, wish, is wanting to do, the flow of the feminine, the masculine comes in to structure it, to plan it, to organize it so that we can actually see evidence or see things materialize for you. It's not just a wishy-washy feeling or thinking about something, you're starting to see real evidence of something. So I feel like the month of June is really productive, if you want. Like, it's really starting to show up for you. It's starting to show up for you. And I'm actually just going to clarify just some more cards there for the month of June. The heart chakra with the number 4. So fitting. So that's exactly what came out of this. Like we had the number 4 there and number 8. So for, like I said, it's all about the heart and all about the foundation. This is when you come from a place that's like you're passionate. This is the right place for you. This is what you long for. Having the heart in the matter, having the heart in the relationship, having the heart on your like moving forward, your path forward. Like, this is all you can ask for, really. And you're starting to really feel this. There's an opening taking place, and it's being created. Like, if there's been created a space, like I could say that for the past couple of years, there's been created a space for me that has allowed for me to really go into silence. This is like when there's been a space created for you that really allows for you to step into like multiple opportunities. Like, things get moving, things get going, things are like lining up for you to be able to move forward and see things come to life and come to fruition in your life. So that's being sort of orchestrated around you as we speak, or for the month of June. Okay, I'm going to move on. We're going to go a little bit back and forth here. I'm just going to go deeper here now into the month of July, between worlds. So if you have started for the month of June to really see a change or like a difference, like there's multiple opportunities for you to now step into something different. The month of July, you will live a little bit in between both worlds. This is not a stuck energy in whatever shape or form. This is not limbo. This is not like you're stuck in the vacuum or like, I can't move forward. You're stuck in between worlds. This is none of that. It's quite the opposite, where you start to see, like, you're still having a lot of the past life before June. If it's that literal, I don't know. But like, what you've started to change as you're coming into this new place that June is bringing, you're still living, let's say that it's that literal. You're still living what has been going on in May, if you will. So it's like you're still seeing like evidence of your past life play out. That's still happening in your life, whether that is like really physically, you see evidence of the physical stuff is still there, or you see like an old version of you still there. You're switching versions within yourself. You're starting to recognize new sides to you, new versions of you, new talents, new things are sort of starting to come through from within. And it can also be that you're starting to recognize like a new passion for life, just a new wanting to just be a part of things. As before, it was a little bit more gray and a little bit more stagnant, perhaps. And now you're starting to come out of that, and you're starting to come into the new. So you're gonna see for the month of July, you probably have a little bit of both worlds in your world, of like a previous life and a life where you feel like you've really started to step into the future, if you will, or a new now. Let's go a little bit deeper there. Can we clarify this between worlds for Cancer, please, for the month of July? A little bit more around this energy, please. This is so beautiful. So we have love abounds, number 1. So we have 3. I didn't even speak of that. Number 3 is all about the creation, all about manifestation, things moving forward. It's a celebratory number. It's just all you want on your side. Together with the number 1 with love abounds. New energy, new beginnings, starting fresh, starting over, start again. When you're so your heart is at the center of this. Like, that should just be a given. The heart should be at the center for everyone, but it's not a given. Most people live from their mind, or they live in the past, or they live in the future. It's not a present situation. But as you really start to manifest things from your heart, as you start to live from your heart, things just vastly will change for you. And this is the second time. So it's just a beautiful continuation from June to July. They were coming from a very loving place. And I also love that we have the eye, like the third eye, is sitting in the middle of that heart, which is just talking to me about intuition, following what feels really, really right, what feels really true, like seeing things for what they are, and starting to really be able to express yourself as who you truly are for the month of July. That's really gorgeous. And then something happens, or this might actually be that you're coming out of this. It's interesting because they also are very, like how they're the birds here. This looks like a little, it is a person, but with like a crow's head. If we could, there you go. Someone is sitting in their nest, but this is like when you're coming out. So they don't want me to read from the book, so I will. I just want to show you the profile here. Like the bird, this is like so colorful and vibrant, and the vitality is like through the roof, it feels like. And here's really bland and gray, and like there's no life force whatsoever. I just feel like this whole thing for you for the month of August, this is not like, if I were to just interpret this, I would say with nothing else, like no other energy around it, I would just say this is when someone feels abandoned. This is when someone feels like they don't know where their home is. This is when someone feels detached from their family, from their friends, from the rest of the world, like however big that looks in their life. And I just feel like this is the opposite. This might just be that these things, I am going to read from the book. These things are coming to a resolve. Is that a way to, can I even say that? It's being resolved. Like you're so starting, like that, like I said, in the month of July, it's like Cancer wants to be a part of things again. So you probably have been in hermit mode for quite some time, or been feeling like you don't know if you want to play this game. Like you don't know if you want to be a part of it. And if you are a part of it, it like seems to just be such a struggle all the time. And this is when you're starting to come from the heart. We have so many indications of the heart on the table. And we have the switching here, like between worlds. Like you really are coming out of your old shell and moving forward. And as you do that, as you come higher and higher up, and you realize more and more about yourself, those really deep-rooted feelings of abandonment can really start to come up to the surface. So it doesn't mean that, okay, and then August it looks like crap, because it started out really, really well in June, and then July, it's even better. Like you're starting to see a new life for yourself. And then August, it all goes south again. That's just not true. I just feel like this is releasing. A feeling of not belonging is going to sort of change for you. August might be the month where you feel for the first time that this is where you belong. This is where you were always meant to be, but you just didn't know how to get there, or know how to feel to get there. I'm being constantly reminded to read from the book. So it's almost like I will. Stop shouting at me. They're not shouting. What am I doing? Taking out the deck when I'm supposed to take the book. Okay, number 5. And 5 is a challenge. 5 is something to overcome. But 5 is also a great opportunity for change. 5 is an opportunity to see something new and something different in your life. Okay. Orphaned. It's almost like I want to like protect myself here a little bit and just say, if this message doesn't jive with the message that I just gave you, I still believe in my message. But obviously they won't have me read from the book if it's not anything that's true in here. Okay. Orphaned. Essential meanings of this card is a sense of loss, an identity crisis, recognizing that you don't fit in, the need to belong, uncertainty about your place. That's what it initially has meant for you. The Oracle's message states, we are all meant to have connections with other people, within our families, society, and the larger culture. No man is an island, and it's important to recognize when being a part of, rather than separate from, is essential to your well-being. The issue at hand is the need to find where you fit. Be true to your core truths and values. Perhaps you no longer identify with a group or community the way you did before and need to find a new situation. You might be feeling a deep sense of loss or confusion. Address the need for belonging and know that you will find your place with others or like mind and spirit. It's okay to let go of pressure to fit in. Not everyone will understand you. It's time to move on. Okay, so I just want to stop there. There's a little bit more here. I just want to stop there. So it makes sense now and understand why they wanted me to read it. Because what you're starting to change in the month of June and what will become very clear in the month of July, living in between worlds. So there's a part of you that's in the old version of you, that's probably in the old society, old community, old friendships, old family members, etc., etc. It can even be a romantic partnership. That where you're headed right now, Cancer, won't allow for you to stick around with those groups, family members, friendships, romantic partnerships. Like, if it won't allow for you to keep expanding and keep growing, you will cut the cord with it. And at first glance, that might feel so tough. Like the month of August might just be, this is not that you're an orphaned child all of a sudden, or this is not that you don't belong or that you are being abandoned. This is actually you taking such a step in the right direction for you, in the right path for you, that you're cutting cords with the environment even, and things that you're doing and versions of yourself and people around you that you just don't mesh with anymore. And that can be a struggle. You might have known about it all along, and you might like have had some clues that you need to cut off some relationships in your life. Maybe you have sort of waited to the very last moment to do so, but from the month of August, it might at the beginning feel like a little bit of a loss, a little bit of a, what am I supposed to do now? Like, I don't know why, and if this is a really good analogy, but I'm being given it, so I'm gonna say it. So I just watched a documentary about Ed Sheeran the other day, or like an episode from a documentary. And he said that sometimes, like, getting off the stage with hundreds of thousands of people, that has come to watch his show. And you just have that moment of complete like ecstasy and complete connection, being in the flow of the music and being in the flow of the surrounding with that type of love and that type of level of energy. And then stepping off the stage into complete silence. So even if you're like at an all-time high, you're stepping into a quietness where there's just no way to describe the anti-climaxing feeling, because nothing will ever, like, it is just a moment of adjusting to the new energy that you're in. And I just feel like you're sort of headed towards that big stadium feel. Like you're climbing higher and higher. You're coming from a very heartfelt place, like the only place we could really ever come from anyway. But you're really stepping in here, and you're having the most beautiful and pure intentions moving forward, coming from a heart place in every area, and reaching for the stars, really aiming to step into your full potential. So you're making a lot of changes here, coming into that in-between worlds, where you're seeing a little bit of the old of you and a little bit of the new of you. And that will have you release some relationships and release some parts of you even in the month of August, where it can feel like an anticlimax, even though you're on such the right path. So just know that breaking that off is the right thing to do, even if it's a little bit tough to break it off, right? So I'm going to move on here to read about relationship messages. As you shift and evolve, here it comes. As you shift and evolve and commit to your own growth, you long for support but may be disappointed and hurt by others who are not providing what you feel like you deserve. Perhaps you're drifting away from this relationship because you're in a different stage of personal growth. Here comes exactly what I just said. Perhaps you are in a new relationship and discovering that you don't share the same values and beliefs, so you feel left out, unable to get to the intimate place of safety and belonging. Take heart, as Spirit knows you and loves you and will steer you in the direction of those who accept you as you are without artifice or agenda. Don't compromise. Do not compromise, Cancer, yourself to belong. Like, don't dim your shine to fit in. Be as extraordinary as you are, and even if that is cutting cords with some people, that's going to be replaced with other people that fits your shine, if that makes sense. It won't be worth the price. Prosperity message. This card reminds you that you can't be all things to all people. You are not going to be popular with everyone, and that has to be okay with you. Be clear about your mission, your brand, your work persona, and your contribution to the world, as these must be based on what you authentically have to offer, not something you think will sell or you perceive they may want. You will attract abundance by being completely yourself. It's such a beautiful message here. Like, you're so coming into your own. You're so coming into your own. You will attract abundance by being completely yourself. Stay in your own lane. That's where you will shine and where you'll experience prosperity. I love this message for you. Okay, going a little bit deeper here still, even though that was a lot of message. We're going to get just one more card. One more card here. Well-deserved reward. Look at this. You did it, Cancer. This is not the end note, right? This is just coming to the surface, realizing like you don't fit into a certain community anymore. You don't fit into a certain version of yourself anymore. You don't fit into a certain, group of friends or family members or whatever work-related situations. It's like, when you've outgrown certain things, then it's time to let them go. And you will let them go. You probably have thought about it for quite some time, but you will let them go. It will be a little bit of a hardship, but soon enough, you will feel at peace. You will feel rewarded for making this change. So the change is really starting in the month of June. There's a lot of opportunities coming in here, and really coming from a heartfelt place. Like, you really want to come from an authentic place. It's so important to you right now, Cancer. In the month of July, you will feel like you have a little bit of both. But as you continue to strive forward and start to let go of the relationships, of the situations, of the versions of yourself, of the thought patterns that you have, it is a well-deserved reward that you will see in the month of August. Okay? So I love this journey for you. It's a really deep journey, really, Cancer, but you're on such a right path. And don't feel discouraged when there's a little bit of hardship that needs to be let go of in order for you to keep moving forward. Just know that it's inevitable for you to just continue to walk on your most shining, authentic path. Okay? I hope this is helpful. Thank you so much for watching, Cancer. Take care.